What's up, y'all? Who is Snoop? Thank y'all for joining me on my course about business credit and business funding. So I've been doing a lot of research over the past 9 months or so about how it is that you can obtain business credit or business funding just right out the gate. So for me, I own several restaurants, several salon suites, so it was a little bit easier for me to get it. And so I kind of had to go back and say, okay, hey, if I was starting a business just from day one, how is it that I can obtain business credit? And so I've put together a lot of deets, a lot of info, and I'm about to show y'all and teach y'all exactly what it is that you need to do to get them coins for that business. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, you guys. So for anybody who doesn't know me, my name is Snoop, serial entrepreneur here in Atlanta, Georgia. I own 5 restaurants, 3 salon suites, and I also do credit repair. I have several different courses that are just based upon how to start your own business, owning your own restaurant, how to fund your own business, how to save and invest. There's a lot of different things that I have ventured into over the years that have helped me to accumulate wealth and grow success. So one of the things that I have learned a lot about over the past year is how to obtain business credit and business funding. So definitely just so excited to share the information with you guys. I hope you guys have brought, some pen and paper so that you guys can take notes. And we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. My name is Snoop Diller, and I have put together DHG University because financial literacy is so important to us and to our people. A lot of the things that we need to know when it comes to financial literacy, we are not taught in school. And a lot of this information we cannot Google. DHG University includes a do-it-yourself credit repair guide. That way you can always fix your credit. Not only today, but also in the future. It also comes with a business credit webinar, as well as a business credit and net 30 ebook. That way, once you actually fix your credit, you know what you need to do to be able to get business credit and business funding. A lot of the vehicles that you see me driving around in, I've actually bought them through my businesses. So these ebooks and webinars are going to teach you guys to be able to do the same exact things. DHG University also includes my Save and Invest course because look guys, we don't need to be working hard for money, we need our money to be working hard for us. And you cannot become a millionaire just from working. You gotta invest, not only in the stock market, but also in businesses. Speaking of investing in businesses, it's gonna come with my course, Entrepreneurship 101. That way you can learn how to open any business it is that you're looking to open. So go ahead and click the link below and join DHG University today. I'm actually slashing the price. The value of all of these courses and webinars and ebooks is over $3,000, but I'm giving it to you guys right now at a discounted price. All right, so look, number one, the first part about it, so it's just like when we do something, we always have to do our homework and make sure it's set up properly. That's with any business that you guys are looking to get into, okay? So number one, first and foremost, you want to make sure that you build business credibility, all right? So there's a couple of things when it comes to the type of business that you set up. So there's a couple of different businesses that just won't ever really be able to get as much funding as you would like them to be. And that's 1, real estate, and 2, credit repair. 2 different business ventures that I'm totally involved in. But the thing about it is creditors look at these as risky ventures, okay? So if you're gonna do real estate or if you're gonna do credit repair, you wanna make sure that those names are not in the name of your business, okay? That is very, very important. You wanna pick something general so that's not in there. So you don't want like realty or real estate company, real estate venture, such and such dealer credit repair, whatever the case may be. You don't want that to be named inside of your business because it's going to be harder for you to get funding because these are looked as risky industries. or risky companies. So that's definitely something very, very important to keep in mind. All right. So like I was saying, first and foremost, you want to make sure that you build the credibility of your business. All right. So let's just say you're looking to invest in a company, right? So if you're looking to invest in a company, first thing that you should do is go online and research that company. You're going to want to make sure that you look up as much information as possible about the company, right? That is exactly what a creditor or somebody that's looking to lend you some money is going to do in terms of your business. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that, number one, you have a brick and mortar address for your business. All right. So you need some type of virtual address for your business. So a lot of us, especially when we starting off, it wasn't until I owned a little spot called the Hookah Hideaway that I actually had a true address for my business. I was doing a lot of things that I could run from the house. I mean, you got people who run multi-million-dollar businesses from the house, right? And so they don't necessarily have a brick and mortar address, right? So it's how do we get around that? Well, you got companies like Regis and Opus. Regis, so regis.com, REGIS. Definitely make sure you guys write that down. So you got companies like Opus and Regis, which will sell you virtual addresses. All right. So you want to make sure that you have a physical address for your business. You don't want to use a P.O. box. You don't want to use your home address. And you don't want to use an address that you have used for another business. So first and foremost, you want to make sure that you have a brick and mortar address for your business. The second thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you have a business phone number. Sounds simple, but it's not. A lot of times what we'll do, we get excited, right? We come up with a business name. We go to that Georgia Secretary of State website, and we go ahead and we set our LLC up. And we haven't set up anything yet. We haven't set up our telephone numbers, our address, nothing. So what do? We put our home address, we put our cell phone number on there. No, not what you want to do. All right. So you want to make sure that you have a business telephone number for your business. All right. One of the number one things that is going to get you denied is having your home address, a P.O. box, and then using your cell phone number for the business. Because this is telling a potential creditor, this is not a real business. This is just some fluff that somebody has put together. So you want to make sure that you have a business telephone number for your address. You don't have to go out and get another dedicated line, another cell phone. You can go to companies like ringcentral.com. You can go to freedomvoice.com, and you can use those companies to set your telephone number up. So a lot of times we'll see companies like on Instagram or on the web that'll say, hey, you want credit repair right now? Text 1-888 for credit. And so they have a Ring Central set up that's going to text you back and say, hi, would you like your credit fixed? Press 1 or press 2 for this. So this is how people are doing these type of things. So you want to have something like Ring Central or Freedom Voice set up. All right. The next thing you want to have is you want to make sure that you have a business website. I had originally started banking with Bank of America just because I was blessed through some connections and different things of that nature. And before my banker was looking to get me set up with a lot of high limit credit cards, she was kind of looking at my websites and helping me clean up different things, but they immediately go and look and see if you have a website. You want to make sure that you not only have a website, but that you have a professional email address. iCleanHouses@gmail.com is not a professional email address. Anything that ends in @gmail.com is not a professional email address to potential lenders. Okay, so you want to make sure that you go to GoDaddy.com, get your nice little website address, and that you have your email set up so that you can have a professional email. You want to have something like, info@iCleanHouses.com or whatever the case may be. So definitely something else that you want to keep in mind. All right. Also, when you're setting up the credibility for your business, you want to make sure that you list your business. All right. Because what they're going to do is they're going to go to Google and they're going to put in the name of your business and they're going to see what the address is, what the telephone number is, if you're listed, you know what I mean? Because these are some indicators to them as to how much you're doing business. All right. So you want to go to sites like Yelp, Google, 411.com, listyourself.net. These are 4 different sources that you can go to and list your business that will get the job done. They'll not only help to make sure that you get some business credit and get some business funding, but they're going to help you with marketing and things of that nature as well. So you want to make sure that you're listed on these sites as well. All right. The next thing that you're going to do is set up your LLC. So you notice I didn't tell you to set up your LLC first. I told you that you should come up with your business number first, your address, your company email, your website. That way, when you do go to the Secretary of State to set up your LLC, you already have all of these things. So when you're putting that stuff in the computer, you already got everything set up the way that it needs to be. So you aren't making any mistakes. You don't have to default and use your home address or use another address of another business or put in your cell phone number or anything of that nature. So definitely something else for you guys to keep in mind. All right. The next thing that you want to do is go to irs.gov and set up your EIN. All right, so your EIN, it will literally take you about 5 minutes to set your EIN up. There's an option at the end where you can actually either click to have the EIN mailed to you, or you can have the EIN, just the letter right there. As soon as you get done, you can save it. Bam, you've got your EIN number. Once again, they're going to ask you what type of business this is. Make sure you don't put in anything that has to do with real estate, financial literacy, or credit repair, because those are going to be things that people can go back and look at. And they're risky industries to these types of individuals that could possibly look to lend you some funds in the future. All right. The next thing that we want to do as we're building our business credibility is we want to make sure that we set up our business bank account. It sounds simple, man, I'm telling y'all, but some of these things are not. So there were a lot of people that couldn't take advantage of getting funds during COVID because their businesses were not set up the proper way. Okay. So you want to make sure that you have your business account set up. Any money that is obtained through your business should be going straight to your business account. It should come to your personal account and then you're commingling and different things of that nature. Also, when you're trying to look and decide what type of businesses, what type of banks you want to go to set up your business accounts, excuse me, make sure you're going to mid-sized banks. You don't want to go to the larger banks like, your Bank of America, Chase, etc. Because guess what? These banks, those were the banks during COVID that were giving all their PPP loans to Ruth Chris and NBA teams and all of these other companies that are these huge companies that barely needed the money. But guess what? That's what their forte is. That's what their focus is. You got these mid-sized banks like PNC, BB&T, Regions Bank, etc., that are made to actually deal with the small business owner like myself and like yourself as well. So you want to make sure that you're going to these mid-sized banks. There's also another bank that you guys should definitely write down, North One Bank. So for anybody who just doesn't have the best, credit right now, doesn't have top tier credit right now, or just has some issues getting in with a bank, North One Bank is extremely helpful when it comes to helping small business owners, with their banking, checking, the savings and things of that nature when it comes to their businesses. So make sure you guys check out North One Bank as well. Another thing, so when you do decide to set up your bank account, and when you go into the bank, you want to make sure that you say, hey, I would like to come in and establish a relationship with a business banker. Okay. So you don't go in and say, yeah, I want to set up a business checking account. No, that's not what all you want to do. We want to know exactly what you guys have that's going to benefit our business. I want to set up a relationship with one of y'all. I need somebody's cell phone number, somebody's email address. That way, when I have issues, when I need a wire done, when my card is blocked for fraud or whatever the case may be, and I'm still out here steady doing business and I'm busy, I don't have to take the time out of my busy day to call the bank and be on the phone for 30 minutes to an hour, because guess what? I've established a relationship with you and you're going to do that for me, and that's your job. And I'm going to come to you and you're going to come to me whenever you guys have new products or anything that can benefit my business. Because guess what, guys? When it comes to business credit and business funding, I was just reading an article last night and it said that a lot of these big businesses, their bank ledgers are so big right now because, number one, they're not spending as much money because they don't know what the economy is going to do. Retail spending is down. Two, not only are they not spending a lot of money, but they're taking advantage of a lot of the low interest funds that are out there for businesses. Okay. And so that is very, very important. We have to learn as a community and Black people how big businesses do business. Okay. They borrow money. They utilize money to get them through operations. They utilize money to invest in their business, especially when there's low interest rates like right now. So you want to be connected to your bankers and people of that nature so that they'll put you on these types of opportunities. All right, so at this point, we've got our business set up properly. We've got our relationship established with the bank. And the next thing that we want to do is we want to delve into our business credit report. All right. A lot of people do not know. And before I got a lot of this knowledge, I never even looked up to see what my business credit score was. Honestly, didn't even know that a business credit score even existed, because a lot of this stuff has become more prevalent to us within the past, 2, 3, whatever so years, you know what I mean? So when it comes to our personal credit reports, we know we have what? We've got TransUnion, we have Experian, and we have Equifax. We have a mixture of 5 different things that compromise our credit score. All right, so we've got payment history, which is 35%. We've got utilization, which is the amount of money that you occur on your credit cards, the amount that you use according to or in ratio of your credit limit. That's 30%. We've got credit history, which is 15%. We've got credit mix, which is 10%. And then we've got new credit or increase, which is 10%. All right. So we've got those 5 things that make up our FICO score on the personal side. And we know we've got TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Well, when it comes to the business side, guess what, guys? The only thing that really matters, you got 2 things that matter. All right. You got the number of accounts that you have, and you've got payment history. That's it. That is all you have to worry about when it comes to the business side. So something very, very important to keep in mind. Also, there is no TransUnion when it comes to the business side. So you've got Duns and Bradstreet, you've got Experian, and you have Equifax. So the next thing that you want to do is make sure that you set up your Duns and Bradstreet number. You'll go to a website, www.dnb.com, and set up your Duns and Bradstreet number. A lot of people, a lot of businesses get denied for funds or get denied from things simply because they don't have a Duns and Bradstreet number. So you want to make sure that you have that set up. Not only do you need that number, but business credit reports are also offered by Duns & Bradstreet. So you can go to Experian Business Credit to look at your monitor your business credit. You can also go to Duns & Bradstreet to do it. And then Equifax has a monitoring as well. Another monitoring company that you may want to look into is nav.com. Nav.com is really good because not only is it a business credit monitoring company, but it is a trade line as well. So as we know, none of these companies monitor our credit reports for free, right? We have to pay them all something per month, whether it's $39.99, $49.99. Well, the $49.99 a month that you pay nav.com is also a trade line on your business credit report. So very, very important. And so that's very, very beneficial to you.